So, welcome, beautiful Paris Saint-Germain family. Well, for the last 1 hour and 30 minutes, there's been so much joy, so much happiness, because Paris Saint-Germain, Ousmane Dembélé won the Ballon d'Or. But we're here set to talk and discuss, the game. Paris Saint-Germain versus Marseille. What an embarrassing night. What an embarrassing night. What an embarrassing night. What a completely embarrassing night. Completely embarrassing. Genuinely so embarrassing what we just witnessed in this game. And fuck Marseille. Because Marseille knew. That's why all this postponement happened and they ruined our, even better Ballon d'Or night. Because they knew the potential. They knew they could win this game. Paris Saint-Germain obviously in attack war without Ousmane Dembélé, Desiree Doué and Bradley Barcola. João Neves in the midfield as well. 4 of our best players. And it was clear the head of the players was not really there. The players flew to Marseille on Sunday, had to come back to Paris, and then flew again. So these are maybe some excuses you can make for the defeat. But these are the players that went up there. And it was a complete embarrassing show. Yes, sometimes we saw some individual moments, Paris Saint-Germain trying, but it just wasn't enough. For 90 minutes, it was clear the team that wanted this victory more. And it was Marseille. This is our first defeat versus Marseille since 2023. This is our first defeat versus Marseille in the Ligue since 2020. This is our first defeat versus Marseille at the Velodrome in the Ligue since 2011. And it's our first defeat of the season. It's our first defeat in Ligue 1. There's no unbeaten streak. All of that is gone in 90 minutes of football. Let's take a look at the stats. 68% possession for PSG, 0.63 XG. Two big chances missed. 1.14 for Marseille. I don't even know what was the big chances we had. I really want to know that. Kvara there? I don't remember that one. Gonçalo. Yeah, I'm going to come to Gonçalo. But when it comes to Le Classique, when it comes to these types of games, these games mean a lot. Yeah, sure, we've won the league so many times. Marseille have been asked so many times about. I already had not bad feeling, but I knew this game was going to be tough. Us missing some players. Marseille looked good in that Bernabeu game, and they will be mad, they didn't get at least a point in that game. They came into this game confident in themselves. And I don't want to shout out my opponent or anything, but De Zerbi, ever since coming in, has done a good job at Marseille. They still, lack individual talent. I mean, we saw that from their performance. But tactically, they play exactly how De Zerbi wants them to play. Started the game really strong, got the goal, and we'll talk about the mistake from Lucas Chevalier. Got the goal, and then basically just defended for the rest of the game. And they barely pushed again. They pushed a little bit towards the end of the second half. That's where Guiri hit the crossbar. And that's the thing. They got a goal, but they were still closer to scoring than us. They're second than us scoring our first. It's so embarrassing. We'll still win the league. All right, that's not a problem. But it was about pride. It was about honor. That's what Le Classique is about. That's what it's always been about. And we lost. Individual from Marseille really had a good game, just as he had in the Madrid game. Apart from that, just mid. Whole lot of mid. Even the Aguerd goal. So there isn't that much talk about Marseille. Tactically, De Zerbi got the job done. And they beat us. Now we'll take a look at Paris Saint-Germain. First of all, Luis Enrique opted to play a 5 at the back. Or you could say Marquinhos is a right back and playing Achraf Hakimi as the right winger. And I want to see 5 at the back more often from Lucho, because this is something that has been reported before. And I want a more sample size before I get my opinion. This was just a bad performance. I don't think it was that impactful by the 5 at the back. What was though impactful was this. What was it? 8 minutes into the game? 7? 5 minutes into the game. A dodgy cross comes in. Chevalier sees it, jumps, misses the ball. When you go outside of the goal, you can absolutely not miss the ball. And this is the second huge blunder in a big game. We remember what he did versus Spurs in the UEFA Super Cup. He was saved, and he saved himself in the penalty shootout and with some other good saves. But in this game, he could not be saved. He is the costing player. I mean, the game ended 1-0. And that's football. It's a tactical sport, especially when you play against another tactical team like the Zerbi's Marseille. They knew when they got that 1-0, we can manage to defend this, knowing that PSG's attack was completely depleted. Marquinhos, no comments. Zabarny, man of the match. Zabarny, at least from Paris Saint-Germain, man of the match. Really impressed with Zabarny, having to defend in loads of space against so many Marseille counterattacks. Never put a foot wrong. Great at recovering. I remember Aubameyang, he was offside for that chance, but Zabarny, great recovering, great challenge. Pacho, decent game until he got subbed out. Nuno, good. This is Nuno. A defender having to carry up the attack. Midfield, I think Vitinha's first half was a little bit poor, but then in the second half was really cooking. Fabio Ruiz, decent. Warren, I must say decent. I don't want to be too negative on Warren. He's had a cheeky start to the season. It was overall a bad team performance. You know, there aren't individuals. They're just two individuals. Hakimi, poor. And that's because of a high expectations. Hakimi just finished 6th in the Ballon d'Or. And he started off the season not good enough. Khvicha Kvaratskhelia had some moments, was trying, but still expect better from Khvicha Kvaratskhelia. But I said, there are two individuals I want to discuss. And I've already discussed Lucas Chevalier. This is the second individual. This dude has to leave Paris Saint-Germain. I don't want to see him on the pitch. He can come off the bench. Still impactful off the bench. Scored that goal versus Atalanta. He can come off the bench. I couldn't care less. But I don't want to see this dude start another game. He was fighting. He won some ball through his press and so on. But this dude stinks. This dude is ass. This dude is not Paris Saint-Germain quality. The only reason he's left at this club is because of the new economical situation we are in, where we don't want to lose too much money on a player. We buy him for 75 million. We want to get as much, recoup that kind of money. AC Milan wanted him in the summer, I think maybe for around 30, 35. We wanted like 50, 55. And AC Milan were like, are you 55 for a bench player? We just got to accept we made the terrible mistake and sell him. But I don't want to see him play anymore. As I said after the Atalanta game, keep on playing Senimayulu. He's better, he's more impactful, and he is a potential player. A player that's only going to get better. Gonzalo Ramos is 24. He's not going to get that much better. This is Gonzalo Ramos. This is his third season. Started over 90 games. Played over 90 games. Started over 40 games. And he still hasn't shown us he's good enough. Not even as a sub player. 75 million for a substitute player, and it's still not good enough. This dude has to leave the club. I'm completely tired of him. And Chevalier, well, whenever there's a Chevalier mistake, all you think about is, was it the right decision? Obviously, it's a little bit more positive because of the Donnarumma mistake he made versus Arsenal. But still, hopefully, we're going to go through the Lucas Chevalier growing pains now in the beginning of the season. And then when it matters, he actually steps up. But if Lucas Chevalier cost us in big knockout game, we got knocked out, Luis Enrique and the Paris Saint-Germain board will look like complete clowns. So I genuinely hope that Lucas Chevalier picks it up. Because soon we'll be playing Barca. Probably the biggest attacking test alongside Bayern München. That's a game where Chevalier will be tested. And he cannot be making these kinds of mistakes. And the entire team, including the manager Luis Enrique, are lucky that Paris Saint-Germain, Ousmane Dembélé, Donnarumma, all of this, we won all of the individual awards and all of that. Because that will cover up for this game. That will cover up for this performance. But this was embarrassing. Marseille wanted it more than us. And I understand we're going for back-to-back. We're going for a Champions League. These dudes took this game as a Champions League final with De Zerbi getting that red card and everything. But this is completely unacceptable. We'll be playing Marseille on the 8th of February at the Parc des Princes. And I'm hoping for a big revenge, smacking them. And second of all, we're going to be playing them in the Trophée du Champion in January. The date hasn't been set yet. In a final. We have to destroy them. Now that the unbeaten streak is already gone in Ligue and after what, just 5 games, we don't have to focus about that. Just win the league now as impressively as possible. But Marseille, we gotta get our lick back. This is not acceptable. Because you can lose a game. But how poor we were. But as I said in the beginning of the video, there are valuable excuses. Depleted squad, the injuries we've had. But the biggest thing was this entire Ballon d'Or Marseille postponement game debacle. It definitely affected the player's head. I mean, imagine you travel back, you travel again, you travel. You're not a traveler. These are football players and they just had to travel. Yeah, we just got to pick ourselves up. Sitting second in the league now. Monaco have scored more goals than us. We have the same goal difference. Well, who knows? It might be a tougher season now in Ligue, and Marseille will definitely get a lot of confidence. Yes, they're sitting 3 points behind us, but they will definitely push more for the Ligue title, and that includes Monaco and Lyon and other teams. Maybe they see us a little bit weak. But upcoming games, we got Auxerre at the Parc, stat pad session, maybe present Dembélé with the Ballon d'Or, and then this game. Before I said I didn't care as much as maybe other people. Now I do care about this game. We have to go there and get the 3 points and have an unbelievable performance because everybody will be watching. That's been it from boy PSG, and hopefully guys have enjoyed this video. And as usual, allez Paris.